at the world around you and any object created by human beings, manufactured by human beings. You can tell there's a purpose by design. It's been designed in a way to do something specific. To be pulled, to be pushed, to be lifted, to fall, to radiate, to insulate, to be soft, to be hard, to be harsh, to be frictionless, etc., etc., etc. So look at this microphone, for instance, that I'm holding. You can tell it's been designed in such a way for it to hold up this microphone. But at the same time, it's been designed, you see this enclosure at the top for the microphone to move up and down, for you to move this up and down. It's been designed with flexibility for this particular motion. Where you see purposeful design, you see intention, you see deliberate design, not randomness. You see, sometimes my children, they draw paintings, they draw or they paint. And then they come and they show me the painting. It's a bunch of scribbles on paper. Yes? I know there was absolutely no thinking behind the drawing. It was just randomness. I have to say, wow, mashallah, what a beautiful painting. Many people, when they think about purpose, they don't realize that to understand we have a purpose, all you need to do is look at the world around you. And Allah points this out frequently in the Quran. Allah asks us to look at the world around us to reach the conclusion it could not have been created without a purpose. Every single thing around me has a purpose. الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم. Those who think of Allah standing and sitting on this and on their sides. ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. Allah describes that there are people who think of Allah standing, sitting and on their sides. And they think deeply about how this universe was created, and then they reach a conclusion, oh Allah, you must have made all of this for a purpose. Not very long ago, a couple of centuries ago, one biologist came up with the idea that this universe was just a series of random events. And that everything we see in the world around us was just a series of random events with no planning, no design, just like my kid scribbling the crayons on a piece of paper. His name was Charles Darwin. What Charles Darwin did when he went to the Galapagos Islands, he observed birds, he wrote about natural selection, about the idea that over time animals adapt, their beaks lengthen, they develop physical features. What he was observing was a very natural phenomenon, that the creation of Allah adapts to its environment. But the conclusion he made was a huge jump because of a certain idea in his mind, which was the idea that there was no purpose and no meaning behind the world. And he used his theory, the theory of natural selection, to create this idea that everything around us has no purpose. You see that human being in front of you? With that sophisticated nose for smell, the eyes, the complex eyes with layers of lenses to see, it was all random. Just imagine in the desert that I tell you that in the desert, the sun melted the sand into silicone, and the sand came together in a wind, and over the course of hundreds of years it formed a very sophisticated iPhone. Would you believe me? Most of you would not. A series of random events cannot create something so sophisticated and so purposeful and so intentional. And so Allah in the Quran frequently tells us, look around you and realize, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ. Everything Allah created, there is a purpose to. The question you and I have to ask when we look at the creation of Allah is, why is it this way and not another way? For example, I said, look at the handle of the door. You can tell it's been made to be pushed down. You should ask yourself, what about the knobs? What about the door handles? Why was it made this way and not any other way? Surely there was a reason it was made this way. It was purposefully designed. Similarly, why did Allah create the sea in such a way where they don't merge, the salty and the unsalty water? مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. The seas mix but they don't merge. You have to ask, why? Why this way? Why not any other way? The bee and how it collects honey. Allah asks us in Surah An-Nahl, think about the bee and the details of how I created this bee. From its stomach, where your excrement comes out, akramakumullah, honey comes out of this being. Why doesn't honey come out of your stomach? I made it differently for a purpose, for a reason. The sky. Why doesn't the sky collapse on us? أَفَلَمْ يَنْظُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ فَوْقَهُمْ كَيْفَ بَنَيْنَاهَا وَزَيَّنَّاهَا وَمَا لَهَا مِنْ فُرُوجٍ. Why don't they look at the sky and ask themselves the question, how was it made? Why is it the way it is? And it has no cracks in it. Ask yourself, why? The birds in the sky? Why don't they look at the birds in the sky and ask yourself the question, why is it gliding? How is it able? How are these wings aerodynamically designed to glide in the sky? Human beings took thousands of years to develop the aeroplane, the aerofoil, which copies the design of birds' wings. Why is it able to fly? Why did Allah design it in this way? And why not any other way? وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ الْجَوَارِ فِي الْبَحْرِ كَالْأَعْلَامِ. One of my signs, Allah says, is the ships that sail in the sea. إِن يَشَأْ يُسْكِنِ الرِّيحَ فَيَطْلَلْنَ رَوَاكِدَ عَلَى ظَهْرِهِ. If I wanted, I would make there be no wind, so these ships would never move. Ships can't move without wind. Without ships, what would happen? If ships could not sail in the sea and could not go from one place to another, what would happen? Supply chain finishes. The meal that you ate before coming here today for lunch, you had Filipino cucumbers, Indonesian mangoes, your wheat comes from somewhere, your cucumbers come from somewhere else, your potato comes from, your orange, you would have nothing. You'd be eating fish and chips every day, mate. Without ships, there's no supply chain. Till today, with aeroplanes and submarines and all of this cool technology, we're still reliant on ships for trade, for cargo, for travel. Allah says, do you know, I could have sunk all of them, no floating business. I could have made there be no wind, so nothing would ever reach you. I designed it this way. It wasn't random. It had a purpose. Allah challenges us and He asks us the question, why don't you look at my creation and think, why did I make it this way when I could have made it a million other ways? I made it this way for a purpose, for a reason. One of the sad effects of the modern world that we live in is we are so disconnected from the creation of Allah. So use some of these questions. The next time you leave the house, the next time you walk, look at the world around you like a 3-year-old. What do 3-year-olds do? They wonder. Baba, why is the bird in the sky? Baba, why is the fish in the sea? Why can't the fish fly? Why can't the bird swim? Baba, why is it that horses just listen to us? Why don't they just stamp on us? Ask the questions like a 3-year-old asks questions, and it will increase your iman and make you realize, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ. Oh Allah, you did not create this for no reason. You are the most phenomenal. You are the most amazing. Far beyond you are from what they attribute to you.